Alright, how is it going, guys? I'm back, and we're gonna play a quick draft Zendikar Rising today. So I'm just trying to prove that I'm not just someone who opens boxes. I'm no, what's his name? Uh, I'm no Rudy of Alpha Investments. I actually play Magic, and yeah. So today we have enough gold for one game of quick draft Zendikar Rising. Unfortunately, I spent most of my money. I mean my gems playing sealed and draft last week in unsuccessful runs. So we're just stuck with just playing with a quick draft today. So we're going to crack open 3 packs and try to make a deck out of it. So let's go. Let's get right into it. So if I do end up losing quite quickly, then we'll still play for a bit and try to get a higher rank on standard ranked with my mono red aggro deck. Okay, so there's no real pressure here because it's just a quick draft. We're not drafting against other people, so we can take our time choosing the cards that we want to pick up. The Skyclave apparition is kind of good because it um, lets you take out a threat, a creature most likely, or other kinds of permanents. But I'm not sure if I want to commit to white right now because uh, it's kind of a big commitment to pick this up. Well, I can always shift to other colors, but yeah, this one, I've been seeing rogue decks that run this card. So it runs that fifth enforcer from M21, I think, that has flash and has a +1/+1 counter as long as your opponent has at least 8 cards in their graveyard. And this actually also a nice card. It's flying 1/1 for one. Uh, just with those stats, it's actually pretty nice because you don't usually have that many creatures. Mana Cure Rebirth. This is good because it's a choose land. Choose target creature, you lose 2 life until end of turn. That creature gains when this creature dies. So it reanimates, or rather regenerates, a creature that dies this turn. I'm still not pretty sure what theme we're going after. Skyclave apparition, or I'm checking between these three. Not so sure about the rock slide sorcerer. It's for the cast at 3/3. Not very well. It's tough. It has a big butt. Hmm. I think I'll go with the Skyclave apparition here. May not be a big bump. It may only make a 2/2, but at least we get to have a removal creature early in our pool. Westwood Fortification. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Or a Kargan War Leader. Other warriors you control get +1/+1. We could do a warrior tribal deck. That's going to be a fun way to play this. Uh, yeah, actually, we can take the Kargan War Leader. Vastwood Fortification will be nice to splash green with. But right now, let's try getting a red-white. Read this in the Hornbill 3/4 at the beginning of your end step. Create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each +1/+1 counter you put on creatures under your control this turn. Relic Axe. Enters the battlefield, attach target creature you control. Equip creature gets +1/+1. If it's warrior, it gets +2/+1 instead. We could get this. Or this. Sigit Banneret, creatures control. I think I'll get this instead. I have a good feeling that the Relic Axe will come back to us later. It's not something you'd pick up unless you're explicitly going for warriors. Or land enter control battlefield. Creatures can control get +1/+1 at the turn. Getting knife. Akuma Hellhound. Akuma Hellhound is really nice, even if we're not going for. It fits well even if we're going for warrior deck. Dauntless Unity. Creatures control get +1/+1. Just kick. Cliffhaven Kite Sail. You know, we could pick this up or this. I'm going for the Jabora. Relic Golem. Can't attack or block unless an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Relic Vial. Sacrifice a creature, draw a card. As long as you control a cleric, Relic Vial has that. Of course, Celebrate. Neri's Binding. Oh, this is actually nice. It's another removal spell. See, it came back. I think we can still wait for that for another round. Sizzling Barrage. Well, anyway, if it doesn't come back, it doesn't really matter much. Scavenge Blade or Sizzling Barrage. I think this is better to pick up. Makindi Ox. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. Okay. We need those big butts. Always good to have big butts. Spitfire Lagak. When your land enters the battlefield under your control, Spitfire Lagak deals 1 damage to each opponent. So 1 of 3 and a red. 4/3/4. Yeah. Can get us the long game, that's for sure. Destroy target has control my search your library for a basic land. Okay, so here's the thing. Why would we ever want this? Is there any legendary lands that can actually do a lot of things in Ikoria? I mean, sorry, we're not playing Ikoria, we're playing Zendikar Rising. Are there any? Are there any big shot lands that we actually care about? That we would like to have a Cleansing Wildfire? I'm more leaning towards this Pyroclastic Hellion. Yeah, I think this is much better. Base camp, add 1 mana of any color. Pressure point. I think I'll go for the pressure point instead. But we're putting that in our sideboard. Tuk Trouble Fort, Defender, 3 to cast. Creature to control have haste. We'll put this in the sideboard as well. Skyclave Sentinel. Yeah, we don't have flyers yet. So I'm gonna pick this up. And another one of those. We don't actually need 2 copies of that. Crawling Barrens. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on Crawling Barrens. Then you may have it become a 0/0 elemental creature until end of turn. It's still a land. Or Skyclave Cleric. Cliffhaven Sellsword. Do you want to splash blue just to get the Umara Mystic? How good is that? Do we have a lot of spells? We don't have a lot of spells. So it doesn't feel like getting a Nomara Mystic is justified. I think for the long game, we can go for the Crawling Barons. Because if ever we end up in a standstill, we could make this huge and make the enemy eat some land hitting their face like crazy. Valakut Exploration. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Oh, that's a nice effect. I'm definitely getting that. And then Ondo Inversion. Yeah, that's a really good board clear. Definitely getting that. Do you wanna splash black just for this? Enters the battlefield, attach it to creature you control. Equip creature gets +1/+0 for each creature in your party and has menace. So we have clerics and warriors so far. Wait, sorry. Rather, we don't have any clerics so far. But we could get clerics. Or we could just get another Legak. I think it's worth splashing black just for the mace. Angel Heart Protector. Mind Drain. Gruul Draz Macklord. Skyclave Pickaxe. Kabir Outrider. Tormenting Voice. I think we could use one of these. Akong Hellhound. Yeah, we could get this. It's really crazy. Especially if you get to draw that on your first hand. Never mulligan that. Especially if you have enough lands anyway. So I think we're gonna get for the Cliffhaven Sellswords. That's 3-1 thing. We could also use this instead. Mesa Lynx is also nice. Scorch Rider. Human Warrior Kicker. When Scorch Rider enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gains haste. Or Prowling Felidor, actually. Always get that for Draft Unlimited. Akong Warrior, 4/5 Trample. And it can become land instead. Sneaking Guide. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. I think we're going for the Warrior instead. Have we gotten Cliffhaven Sellsword? Cliffhaven Sellsword. Yeah, we do have one of those. I don't think we need more than one of that. So let's get this Dauntless Unity just for flexibility. And for another one, one of the copy of that for flexibility as well. Farsight Adept, not so good. Could get the Utility Knife instead. And then a Core Celebrant. And Kabira Outrider. And we don't really need disenchants. Tended Healer. When I regain life for the first time each turn, create a white cat. 1/1 white cat creature token. And Dauntless Unity, Silver Division. I'd actually just get this for a copy of the card. Do we have a Scavenge Blade yet? No, we don't have. We could get this. Or get Attended Healer. We have a lot of Life Link. We don't have a lot of Clerics either, anyway, so if we don't get to play Core Celebrant into Attended Healer, we might not be able to really make use of that combo. So might as well just go for a different card. Since we're splashing black anyway, we could go for the Dreadworm. Either Dreadworm or Feed the Swarm. Or the Nimana Skitter Sneak. I think I'd go for the Feed the Swarm for another removal card. Surgery Shelter. Target creature you control gains protection. It's actually a nice card. Do we need a Fireblade Charger? If we make it really tough, probably yes. I need some help deciding over this. If I need a Surgery Shelter or a Fireblade Charger better. Okay, looks like Surgery Shelter will win out here. So let's get this one. Pair Tactician. It's good for tribal. For this is also a warrior. It's just vanilla though. For vanilla forestry, not really that good. So let's just get the Pair Tactician. Maria Captain, and there's a battlefield +1/+1 counter on it for each creature in your party. Now a lot of creatures in the party anyway. Subtle Strike. I think this also nice for this Flash of Black. And a Zoth Consumption. Nimana Skitter Sneak. I just feel like I won't be able to use this so much because we will have a lot of chances of sending cards to the opponent's graveyards aside from directly killing them. So we can have the pressure point up here. And really not so much anymore. We could just get this for a copy. To get a copy of that. And actually another one of these Pair Tacticians. Resolute Strike. And this is nice to use. Just the +2/+2 is nice already. Blood Price. And the Scavenge Blade. It's nice, we actually have 2 Scavenge Blades. We can have spare supplies for a draw. I go for the blade. We have Car Celebrant and Kabira Outrider. I think I'd go for the Celebrant. Another one of these. Reclaim the Wastes. And then Sizzling Barrage. Okay, so now we're going to form our deck. Oblivion's Hunger, target creature you control gains indestructible on turn. Draw a card for it if it has a +1/+1 counter on it. They actually need this. Turns indestructible. It's not like we need a lot of those cards that whenever a land enters the battlefield, I have a lot of actually we lack flyers aside from the Skyclave Sentinels. I'm gonna bring that in. Okay, so looking at our deck, we have 19 creatures and 17 non-creature decks, and we're kind of going for a mid-game push here. We don't have a lot of 1 and 2 drops to be aggressive, and we have a lot of 3 drops, so we want to tempo our opponent. Out-tempo our opponent. We have an average CMC of 3. We have a lot of spells at around at 2 CMC, so we will have to remove some of those. 3 and 2 CMC. Dauntless Unity. I don't think we'll be able to flood the opponent because we don't have a lot of token generations as well. Feed the Swarm, Subtle Strike. This is good, except at early stages we're not betting on getting black mana, so we remove one of those. I guess we only need 1 Scavenge Blade. Having multiple Sizzling Barrages is good. Although if we really just want to do a removal spell, we have to feed the Swarm for that. 2 color Celebrants, I think we only need 1 of those. Rule Raz Mucklord. Yeah, we aren't really going for the +1/+1 thing. Kabira Outrider, Blood Price. On the inversion, that's like for a late game push. Makindi Ox, Spitfire Lagak, Blood Price, Prowling Felidor. Seems like we're pushing a lot of our strategy around landfall towards the end of the game. Seagate Banneret doesn't sound so good actually, now that I think of it. If I get it in the middle of the match, it's not going to be really good. If I do get to place it at first turn, it's also not going to have a big effect. So better get rid of that. Same for this Peter Peak Ambusher, except if we go into the late game, we can actually surprise our opponent by having a really buff Peter Peak Ambusher. And remember, he has a butt of 3, which is kind of a good number. It's just enough not to get shocked. So our opponent has to commit when killing it. Per Tactician should stay there. I think we could get rid of the Core Celebrant. Pressure point. Cliff Heaven's Sword can stay because it's a 3-1. Can trade well. Career Outrider. Not going to be so good, right? Because most of the time we only have warriors, so it's just really a +1/+1. We don't have a pack beast. Just have magic do the work, do the math for us for the lands. Crawling Barons, Makindi Ox, Pyroclastic. Is this good enough? 44 cards for a draft deck. I think we can work with this. How many black cards do we have? Maybe you could just get rid of the black as well. Sorry. Save and exit. We could get rid of the black. We have 3 black spells: Feed the Swarm, Ravager's Maze, and Blood Price. Yeah, I think we can also get rid of the Blood Price. So my ideal setup would be a turn 1 utility knife. No, not really. That's stupid. Resolute Strike. You know, if we have a utility knife, we can play it turn 1 if we also have a Resolute Strike. Do I have creatures that aren't warriors? Aside from the flying thing? And the mouse, this is not +1/+1. Apparition is a core spirit. Skyclave Sentinel. Yeah, maybe we could get rid of our draw engines. We don't really need any draw. We have a very good tempo. It's not like we're going to have to search a lot from our deck. Yeah, I think this is good enough. We could remove one more. But I'm not exactly sure what I want to remove. If I were to remove one more card, the Lagat maybe? Or the Ox? Yeah, maybe we could get rid of the Ox. We don't really want that kind of effect. Akum Warrior. Do they have a way to bounce back our lands? Have we seen one of those? Tap target creature, draw a card. Yeah, we don't really need that. Feed the Swarm, Scavenge, Sizzling, Tormenting, here is Voice. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. So we're going Mardu. Correct? Is that correct term for black, red, white? Yes, it's Mardu. The colors of Mardu are black, red, and white. Need to focus on red. Okay, that's good. Psycho Bolas. Okay, so we're just going to try to get enough gems for another run of one of the drafts. I think this is good enough. We can end up with the Canyon Jerboa on turn 3. So we're just going to get screwed here if our opponent's playing aggro. It doesn't look like it, so we're gonna be fine. Boom, Hellhound. Oh no. Okay. They are going aggro. This isn't looking good for us. Jerboa. Right there. We're going to get 4 damage, the very least. Oh no. Oh, just 3. Getting 3 damage. Oran Reef Ooze coming in. Oh no, this isn't looking good. Yeah, we're gonna get 4 damage. We need to place something down next turn, and it's going to be the Canyon Jerboa. Do we really want to put this down? We may as well just put this down. Skyclave Sentinel with no kicks. Just so we have a blocker. 2/3 creature. Won't be able to do much if the opponent is able to play another land. Unless they kill this, they could commit. Oh, they did commit with a removal spell. This isn't looking good for us, guys. Yeah, we can use Resolute Strike on this guy next time. It's not the most ideal scenario, but it's the best we can do right now. So if we play a land, we're gonna get screwed. But if they don't, we can trade. And hopefully they don't have any answers to that. Oh yeah! That's good. Oh no, it's the Scythe Cat. Can we play this? We take 2, 4, 5. No, it looks like we can't. No plans of attacking anyway. So that's not a misplay, guys. I literally just didn't want to attack. Scythe Cat. We want to block with this, and then the Bird Tactician and the Scythe Cat. We might have to use the Jury Shelter just to survive. The blockers. We can block this guy and this guy with this guy. Is it worth it to use this as shelter? I don't think so. Yeah, we can just live with that. Take the 2 damage. A Robo Fort. 2, 4, 6. We're gonna play this. So we have a defender. Except it won't do much. Took Robo Fort. Adventure waits. It's a Bushfire Elemental. Okay, thankfully it won't be. Whoa! He got to play it this turn. Oh no. We'll be able to use a Sejiri Shelter just to be able to block this guy. Let's try. We're about to lose anyway, so let's try. Ah, yeah, okay. So that's how it is. Still won't be able to block. We just tested it, guys. Top creature and opponent controls. Not really a big thing. We want to get enough mana to get rid of all of their creatures using undo inversion. But as it stands right now, it looks like we're not gonna have a lot of opportunities to do just that. I can safely attack with the bushfire elemental. I won't be able to block it, because if I blocked it using the McKinley Ox, I'll be dead. So you just block that. There you go. Heh. It's not like I need this. It gets a +1, +2, +2 next turn. Well, it comes in at the nick of time, I guess. Be able to survive just one more turn. So hopefully it doesn't have any other creatures in hand. Okay. It's a relic robber. So we have to block this. I also have to block this. Like that. And we survive one more turn. We'll be able to make that token. Okay. If it's a creature, we're dead because he has haste on all of their cards. Alright, if it's a creature, we're dead. You don't have party members, man. What was that? You just wasted one card. You know, this is going to be really amazing if we end up winning with just this. Should probably use this, right? So that if ever he picks up another creature, we'll be able to block it using... Wait, sorry? Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. At the beginning of your end step, there are cards exiled with Valakut Exploration. Put them into their owner's graveyard. Then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. Yeah, we have to use New Year's Binding on this guy so that if he ever draws a creature, there we go, we'd be able to block it, except it has trample. Okay, so we're still dead. Oh gosh. That hurts. Okay, first game of the night. Not looking real good for us. We have one loss now. We still can't afford to lose 2 more times before we end this draft game. But do we actually have to change our deck? Or were we just going against an unfavorable matchup? Yeah, I just realized now we don't really need... Well, this guy saved our ass twice. We don't really need Valakut Exploration. I just realized it now. If it gets a land, it's going to waste that land. So it actually removes one of your landfall triggers. So might as well just remove it and go for broke on hitting the opponent's face. Right? Okay, next we're going against Gideon's Girl. Casted Protection on Lily. Back in War of the Spark. I think we can keep this. That's a hand that will work really well if we get a land at turn 4. At turn 1, we'd want to get a low CMC creature to appear. Okay, let's go. Let's play the planes first. Because we have white cards at 1 CMC. Kite Sail Cleric! Oh, you're going after me really early. Which one should we discard? We can get rid of the McKinley Ox. And then draw 2 cards. Alright. Bird Tactician, boy. It's going to be good. Except for this Kite Soul Cleric. We want to actually go toe-to-toe with that guy right now. Let's play this guy. Oh wow, man, that's brutal. Okay, I guess we could play the Felidar. We just feed the Swarm and then Peter Peak Ambusher. I don't want it to gain life link. Oh no! Good thing Nissa's Zendikar doesn't actually untap the land that it attaches to. I might have to block it using the Peter Peak Ambusher. Yeah. We drew Blight Blade. It's a 1/1. To block it using these two, but it won't feel good. Can we afford to block this? Okay, we can afford not to block it, I guess. I really suck at draft, don't I? Look at these cards that I drafted and look at how well they're doing right now. Not so shabby. Shadow Stinger, tap another untapped rogue you control. Shadow Stinger against Death Touch until end of turn. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, that player mills 3 cards. I don't mind the mill so much, as I do mind the Death Touch. That's gonna hurt. So we can have the Prowling Felidar block the planes. Just so sad, we're on an 8th turn counter again just because we don't have any flyers. We can block this here, block here, block here. Don't really mind if the Peter Peak Ambusher dies as long as the 2 Bird Tacticians actually survive. I don't really mind the mill, so you can also take that. Or rather not, because we're on a timer. We don't want to die early. So let's just... We should have blocked it using these two, you know? Shelter? Oh dear. Protection from white, so we just don't have. Okay. Have another Skyclave. Can attack using these two. This is going to be 2 damage. 8 damage, boy. It's going to be 10 damage next turn. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? This becomes a 5/4. We can attack using the Prowling Felidor because it has Vigilance. Or we could go ahead and attack with everyone and he'll be forced to block. We could trade with one of the paired tacticians, which should be totally fine for us. Can I use this? Oh! Unless you have protection? I bet you don't have protection. There we go. Are we actually going to win this? I also have a paired tactician. A paired tactician? Wow! Utility knife. On the Prowling Felidor. They'll have to block us, right? They can't not block us. Doesn't have any rules for the Shadow Stinner to tap and gain lifelink from, so he'll have to block all of the creatures. And he also doesn't have enough mana for Wrath of God. I mean, for the original Wrath of God, he does have enough mana, but I guess we're gonna take this game. Bam! So, drafting two paired tacticians actually worked in our favor this time. I didn't actually think it's gonna work out. Sorry for the very low tier for my limited. I'm just bronze because I don't play so much limited anymore. I just play standard ranked. Okay, we're at 1 win, which will net us 100 gems, which is still not enough to run another gauntlet of quick draft. So we'll still have to earn our keep. Earn our keep. Yeah, I'm saying it right. Okay. I actually like it. We're just gonna go ahead again and reach turn 3 without dropping any creatures. You know, it would be great if we get to play the Kargan War Leader and then cast the Scavenge Blade to it. Oh yeah, our opponent's going to be that kind of enemy. It's going to want to mill us out, which I don't care so much because I'm gonna smack your face real hard. He removed one of our paired tacticians. That's sad. I'm pretty sure that's the card that's gonna make us win really big in our matches tonight. And without one of the paired tacticians, we're going to be having a little tougher time. Okay, the Dragon War Leader, and then playing the Scavenge Blade next turn. I think that's how it goes, or that's how it's supposed to go. You know how knights are technically warriors? I wonder why it's not implemented that way. Oh, the Feed the Swarm. The only reason why we have black cards or black mana in our deck, and it's gone. Vanquish the weak. Oh man, why would you do that to me? You do me dirty. Okay, so we're gonna play the Swamp. How do we want to go about here? We can play the Sajiri Shelter or the Sajiri Glacier, and then play nothing for now. on. Okay, I actually care about the mill. I'm going to admit it now. Feature control. Gets +3/+1. Instead, as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in the graveyard. Ah. Okay, good thing we did what we did previous turn. We'd be able to Skyclave Apparition it. And get you out of the field. I don't want you here. You know what? I should have X'd out the Mind Carver instead. I don't know why I clicked the Ruined Crab. Okay, Dimmer is always really great in disrupting your opponent's tempo. You have a lot of mill cards in Dimir, and also a lot of discard cards. I choose not to use this. Huh? This is a rogue. You can use the thingies to kill my apparition, and it's going to be a big problem for us. So I wouldn't do that. Yeah, make me mill my cards. No! The Pyroclastic Hellion! I need that! How many lands do we have? We have 6. Can move this thing to the Peter Pick Ambusher, or just play this. We can kick it because we don't have enough mana. At least we'll have a blocker. I just have the Peter Pick Ambusher block the Shadow Stinger, so you have to commit to tapping the C4 Stalker to get rid of it. Kratos the God of War, so I'm dealing against the God of War, but he's using a Dimir deck. It doesn't make sense to me. Dimir is supposed to be a group of assassins, and so Kratos has no business whatsoever to be battling me right now. Is it a good trade? Is it going to be a good trade? A Ruin Crab going back to the field. Imagine the Ruin Crab having that Mind Carver. It's not gonna be good, so we might as well just... But actually the Shadow Stinger is much worse than that. So yeah, let's give it back. I don't care. Let's give him his Ruin Crab back. What's that for? Oh, because he won't be able to kill both of us at the same time. Yeah, I didn't done that. One win. Crawling Barons. And play the Skyclave Sentinel Kick. Let's go. Alright. Things are looking better for us now. We have a 4/5 creature that can obliterate our enemies. Except the Mind Carver is still going to be a big problem. And he has massive card advantage over us. Oh, come on! Seriously? Oh, dear. It's 2-3. be able to block that. No problem. Okay, part tactician. Can cast that ability and become a 3-3 and kill the Skyclave Sentinel if he wants. And I'm not sure why he's not doing that. Is the Crawling Barons going to be our win con for this game? Seems like it, right? We lost the other paired tactician, and our lord is gone to the grave. Has gone to the grave. And I'm not sure what answer we have left against this enemy. He has lots of cards in his hand. I'm not even sure if he has any counter spells. If it's counter spells, be able to answer any of my creatures, and it's going to be a huge hassle for us. I'm not sure why he did that. Oh, come on, seriously. Oh, come on, I needed that. The Undo inversion is my last hope. Okay, I can actually attack 4. And then we can block this. I'll have it block this. We're going to take 6 damage next turn. It should be fine. 4. Oh, there, should have equipped this first. That's a misplay. No. Just so it doesn't become a misplay, we're not gonna attack instead. We'll keep the Scavenge Blade over there for blocking. And we'll have the Crawling Barons becoming a creature, like a Celestial Old Colonnade, to block the Zulaport Duelist. Don't you think that's funny? Need to find a way to get a +1/+1 counter on that Skyclave Sentinel. I'm not sure if I have any cards that can do that in my sideboard. Yeah, actually I think I do. I think I do. I might have to check it out later. Oh, I just realized sometimes when I was at work in the office, I would take a break and I'd just play one game of draft, and seeing the timer on my stream, we've been playing for an hour now. I just realized how much time I'm wasting at work playing Magic the Gathering. You know, it's just a realization right now. I'd actually turn the Crawling Barons to block more than just that. We just have to make it really big. It doesn't say you can only do this while Crawling Barons have no +1/+1 counters on it, right? So this should be fine. We're not gonna sacrifice the Skyclave Sentinel because it's our only flyer left in our deck, and if we lose it, we're gonna be screwed. Seriously, are you gonna do that to me? Well, at least the attack doesn't push through, right? Okay, the Crawling Barons. Decline. Can I still cast that? I didn't know that. It's gonna be real big. block that. This one gets death touch, right? Oh dear, it's not looking good for us, guys. You know, personally, I'll just block this so that he won't have a rogue to give the Shadow Stinger death touch rather, because death touch would be really detrimental for us right now. Subtle strike, seriously. Ow. Okay, we're gonna have to be wise in our mana. That's 4, we need 6, 5, and 6. And then let's give it Scavenge Blade. So it's a 6/5. Just how many tricks does my opponent have in his sleeves? Yeah, you could just use the Seafloor Stalker's ability and hit me for 4, and that'll be the end of it. So I'm not sure what he's playing at. Okay, you can hit me with that. I don't freaking care. Just 1 damage. I'm gonna deal with it like a man. Deal 3 cards. And that's exactly the things I want to see there in the graveyard. Ravager's Mace. Supplies. Yeah, I'm about to get milled out. And things aren't looking so good. But I think I just made a crucial mistake. Okay, probably not so crucial after all. We'll be able to attack. It's going to be how much damage next turn. You could choose just to block the Crawling Barons, and it's going to deal 10. We'll be able to deal 7 damage. 7 damage. 6 damage. Blocks this guy. Blocks this guy. Actually, we have to attack with this. Whatever happens. But he won't really have to block me if... Right, 3, 7. Yes, to attack 7, 9. If he blocks this, it's just this, we're dead, right? So we'll have to attack with both, and then... Really, the risk is on our side. On this one, should have just played the Canyon Pro instead of doing this gambit, but whatever, you know? Let's just go with it. Let's see how he reacts to this. You know, still have to block. If he's just gonna do that, then we're fine. Alright, doesn't untap it. So really do have to... We have to play the Canyon Jerboa, right? To block. Hey, wait, what? Why did I end my turn? Hello? I didn't mean to end my turn. I wanted to play the Canyon Gerbo. Oh dear, what a misplay. I wanted to play the Canyon Gerbo. Why did that happen? Oh, come on. That's one frustrating loss. That didn't need to happen at all. Okay, we're going for the next one. Yeah, I think Nahiri got fat. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I have a feeling that Nahiri got fat. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. This looks like a good hand. Repeating it. The enemy doesn't have any creatures. On turn 2, we'll play Teeter Peak Ambusher. Actually, whatever happens, we'll have to play Teeter Peak Ambusher in turn 2. I swear to God, I'm going to win this game. If I don't, then I'll have to quit for tonight, and that's going to be the end of the stream. Or rather not. I did say we're gonna play some standard mono red aggro. So, come on, this early? Should have played the Cliff Heaven Sellsword. A lot of misplays. Oh, I hate myself. Don't tell me he has a counter spell. No, please don't tell me he has a counter spell. And that's gonna use it in the Ravager's Maze. Come on, no, please don't. Oh god. Oh god. It should have been a Cliff Heavens also. It would have dealt 3 damage. It milled one of my blockers from the air. Wow. It's becoming a theme of this run. We're having not enough creatures to block the opponent's air force. And is mill really that good? I mean, for this run, I mean for this set, is mill really that good in draft for this set? Because I've been all the opponents we've fought so far has some form of mill in their deck. Or maybe the Ruin Crab is really just that good. So the Ruin Crab into the Mind Carvers is apparently a really nice one. Tormenting Voice. Let's get rid of the Mind Carver. Feed the swarm. So I'll just attack with the Peter Peak Ambusher. Something's gonna block that. And it's not like we can be able to block the Ghastly Gloom Hunter using it. So might as well. Mind Drain? Seriously. Discard 2 cards. Get rid of the Tormenting Voice. And Feed the Swarm. The music sounds like it's from Ivalice. Or Final Fantasy Tactics. We're going to have to use the Here's Binding and the Ghastly Gloom Hunter. It's going to be really sad. That 1 damage per turn is really hurting me. And I still haven't played the Hell Lion this whole game. Just because it's always in graveyard getting milled out. Okay, probably that thing. We're gonna use the binding on that. They have 6 mana. Okay, so let's just use this on the ruled as Mucklord. We'll never have to deal with it anymore. Will we even be able to play an Ondu inversion in this game? Looks like 8 mana is really tough to reach if you're playing red-white. So probably should have went for a blue-white control deck if I wanted to play on this version. It really doesn't really fit this this build. Okay, we can get rid of that now. The only reason is so that the Cliffhaven Sellsword can now really attack each turn. But our deck's about to run out of juice. Only have 14 cards left and we're running out of cards. And our second Skyclave Sentinel is gone. We won't have any answers to this stupid Ghastly Gloom Hunter. So we'll just have to race him, I guess. Considering if he's going to block the Third-Peak Ambusher with the Rune Crab, but decides against it. So we're gonna utilize that, punish him for not blocking me with 8 damage. If it's a land, I think I'd take a land over a creature, I guess, at this point in the game. I mean, I sacrificed one of my cards just to get rid of that 1/1 spirit. Use the Sizzling Barrage just to kill a 1/1 illusion. Or was that a 1/1 illusion? It was a 1/1 spirit, I think. Black Bloom Rogue. It's 5/3. And as Menace, things just get worse. 2, 4, 6, 7. And I have to get another land this turn, and he's dead, baby. We can play this, right? 5, 8. Yeah, let's just go attack with all we've got before we wipe the board clean. You know, it's going to be all about who's gonna be able to rebuild their board faster. Thank you, Under Inversion. I owe you one. Only have how many cards left? Like 9? Oh, come on. We're on a timer. Still have 20 cards. Oh, Pair Tactician. Have we lost the other Pair Tactician yet? Yeah. But I think we still have a lot of options. Just drawing cards right now. Oh, let's go. We're winning. I didn't think we'll win this way. If he gets a creature, it just doesn't matter at this point. We did it. Good game. Okay. Why did I ever doubt the online version? Best card in the set, period. I love Wrath of God cards. I love board wipes. I tend to play tokens, and the problem with tokens is your board gets really chaotic fast. So I kind of hate it because then I end up with a lot of cards on my desk, in physical magic. So I'd rather, clear them all up with the opponent's cards with them going to the graveyard. Please remove the 2 to cast 3-1. Why? I don't have any other cards that I could use. I don't have any early cards aside from the Cliffhaven Sellsword. Teeter Peak Ambusher better than the 3-1. If you say so. Let's remove that. And that's how the rest of the deck looks like. Looking for a way to get a +1/+1 counter on those Skyclave Sentinels. So probably this and this. Yeah, those are the only things that we could use to give it +1/+1 counter. So 43 cards. Maybe we could remove one card. Resolute Strike seems like a useless card. We haven't been able to use that effectively so far. There are far better cards out there. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm streaming on Discord. I'm just muted. Okay, thanks for the tip, Ken. Oh, this is not gonna work. It's not gonna work out at all. Yeah, I might have to mulligan this. This is even worse. Yeah, can work with this. Get rid of the Scavenge Blade and one Swamp. For the Felidar. I don't want to get rid of the Felidar. Return 3 though. Return 2 cards. Swamp and Blade. Cleric 2-2. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Cleric of Life's Bond. Place another cleric. Oh, okay. There's a cleric. Not a 3/3. Should have just played the canyon Jerboa, I guess. Yeah, let's trade it before it gets bigger and out of hand. Unless he has a 1 to cast spell that will make that thing bigger, then I think we'll do just fine. There we go. 4/4 and that flying raptor. Ouch, that hurts. Ox. Love that ox. It has a big butt. Okay, he's getting desperate. Using blood price? Well, he has lots of health. It's 20 HP. There's 2 life. Has way better card advantage over me. What a big hand! 4 cards. Bam, bam, bam! Now, you should think twice about attacking me this time. He can kill the prowling Fedidar, I guess. It chooses not to. Why would you have to block the Gerbo? You don't actually have to block the Gerbo. Hey, we won. That's good. We're still live. I guess I'm gonna turn on my mic now and hear what they have to say. Hello, sirs.
Pero,
Welcome to
Misplays.
Misplays Unlimited.
Wow. Friends.
We can hear friends now. Hooray.
Nice. Defensive friends.
No, na yung deck.
Yeah, I remove my deafen.
Si J. Roa, pre. Si J. Roa.
Yeah, we were watching the game actually.
This looks playable. No, it's not.
Wala red to cast.
Wala akong red pala. Nakita niyo yung ano ko kanina? Misplay ko dun sa land
Yung
na
game
10-10.
kanina na ano
Which one?
yung na board wipe, pre. Good shit yun eh. Good shit yun eh. Nung na board wipe tapos top deck, puro lupa siya. Okay, panalo na si Franz.
Bottom yung blade. Bottom yung blade.
Bottom the blade. Bottom the blade.
Bottom scavenge blade.
Hello? Hello?
Oy!
What? Why?
Hello?
Sabi niya bottom the plane. What? What did you say?
You
Blade.
bottom the blade.
Bottom
Oh, the
scavenge
blade.
Oh.
He heard planes. He heard planes.
Oh no.
You have a two, you have a one double, one wild.
Okay lang, may miss naman. And this guy was forced to flip a land on the other.
Yay!
Slightly unpunished.
Boom!
Oh, nice. Nice.
Wala white. They're punished.
Nice.
Nice. Wow. Play the blade. Play the blade. Don't play the base. Play the blade.
Why though? It attaches to a creature when it enters the battlefield.
You don't want to waste your mana.
Oh?
I'm sad.
Oh no. That's even worse.
Nasaan yung lupa?
Wow!
Yung kalaban ko din naman mana screwed. So we're both the same boat.
Oh.
And you can wait.
Yeah. Bottom the blade, not bottom the planes. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Pero wala ka rin ma-play.
We're both screwed.
Oh, kamusta naman tayo dyan, Mr. Galapo? Nakalupa.
Grotag Night Runner.
Oh,
Have to block this. I'm gonna play this guy.
Go lang.
go lang.
Ang bigyan mo ng blade.
Can't swing.
Wala pa rin si lupa. Nice! Ganda naman ito.
Baka hindi kasi siya landfall deck, kaya di siya naglagay ng land sa deck niya.
But
Not-
Tama.
rule is in the color.
Hey! Yawa.
What is that mean, boy?
Just a place. Give me this. Oh my.
Ano yung exile? Spring Mantle Cleric.
Fine.
Umay.
Yeah, play me one. Wala.
Baka may landfall ako niyan eh. Sayang tong land.
Ano?
No, you're gonna need the mana.
You're
You're
gonna
really
need the
gonna need the
mana.
mana.
Parang most of your...
Most of my cards are 2 and 3 though.
Still, para makapaglapag ka ng marami pagka nakakuha ka na ng...
You're playing
Play
from
it.
behind, so you can't play conservative.
Where's my planes?
Sa ilalim ng
I
deck.
know where my planes are. Look at it. It's there. Oh, may planes na siya. Oh my god. Shouldn't have undeafened.
Okay, nice. Swamp.
Shouldn't have done that.
5. I just need 3 more lands and 2 planes. And I win.
Nice.
Ah! This hurts. I'm gonna make him mill himself to death.
Nil.
Oh, a white source.
White source yan, Brad.
But enters that.
You don't have a choice.
Better than nothing.
But yeah. No.
Next turn
No,
is
not
going
yet,
to be
not
6
yet.
mana per Tactician into Ravager's Maze. Or per Tactician to Scavenge Blade. Or per Tactician into Oblivion's
Into
Hunger.
concede.
I'm dead. 5, 7, 9. Eh, wala palang haste. Never mind. I'm still dead though. Ah! I thought what? 5, 6. This is depressing. Shouldn't have gone
Gusto ko lang
here.
naman malaman ba't siya nag-play ng land pagkatapos niya mag-swing. Sana panalo na siya. Hello?
Correct.
Hello?
Concede na, concede na.
May big brain
Bigyan mo ng
play ako
-1,
next turn.
-1 yung third tactician. Barilin mo yung aso. Barilin mo yung aso.
Sobrang aso.
Walang baril mo yung aso.
Unable to connect to patching server sa low.
Ba't yung aso? Ba't hindi yung Skyclave Geopid?
Hindi ko lang.
Play ka lang, dali.
Actually, sige. GFP, sige.
Ba't siya nag-iisip? -1, -1, 3+1. Yawa.
Yawa?
Ba't naging...
No? Bisaya si Franz.
Diba live si Franz?
Oo nga. Franz, okay ka lang?
I'm gonna die out of the trample. Thank you very much, guys.
Sabi namin bottom mo yung blade.
I heard bottom the plate.
You don't
So, hindi namin kasalanan na bingi ka.
Oo.
never bottom.
Kailangan mo na manaw.
Yes.
Laro na lang tayong standard.
Gusto mo naman tuloy mag-draft. So,
Genshin Impact ka na lang, sir.
ayun din.
Oo nga, na hindi ko pa nakiklaim yung dailies ko. How many gems do we get? 300? We got 69, 10 gems.
Ah,
Bukas tayo pa.
may shaper fragments pala ako. Hindi na kompleto.
Uy,
Shaper.
Posh Park.
Ah,
Shaper.
Yaks. Oh well. Okay, that's it for our stream today. I didn't expect the draft to actually take that long to finish. So that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. And I really shouldn't have gone into the Discord server because I misheard stuff and I wasn't thinking for myself. I just wanted to, do whatever my friends told me to do. So yeah, next time going to be more uh, more cautious with the cards that I play, and learn experience. Shouldn't be doing those kinds of mistakes. Well, right now we're at gold tier 2 and bronze tier 2 for constructed, gold tier 2 and bronze tier 2 for limited. We were able to reach diamond rank 1, diamond tier 4 last month. So for this season we're going to try to get into mythic again, and I hope for this month at least we finally reach that goal. So again, thank you very much for watching my stream, and I'll see you again next time. Oh, before I forget, if you want to watch me open another box because it's so fun, I bought the Jumpstart box and I'll be getting it on Monday. So if you want to see me crack open a box and try to get those really sweet cards that are like $90 each, go watch and subscribe. Go subscribe and watch on Monday on Facebook. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably gonna get you're probably gonna be able to watch it tomorrow when I upload it the next day. So that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again next time. Ciao.